What is up, guys? Bearmaul here with episode 5, I believe, of Bearmaul Plays Minecraft. I'm hanging out outside. As you can see, it is a full moon, and I still have not found any slimes. And I don't know if you know this, but full moons are the best times to find slimes in a swamp. So we are going to brave the night, and we are going to see if we can finally get us some slime balls, because that piston door is really bothering me, for one thing. And the other thing is that I actually need a couple more sticky pistons for a redstone contraption that I want to build today. So I'm going to fight my way over to the swamp biome. And it's actually a lot bigger than I realized. I'd only ever really been to that little tiny part on that side, but there's a whole... That was only like a third of it. There's a whole bunch more over on this side. The night's most of the way over, and I still haven't seen a single slime. Plenty of other monsters, but no slimes. And like off in the distance, I'll see something bright green and be like, "Ooh, a slime!" But it's usually a creeper head or just some sugar cane. It's got me a few times now. I keep thinking that I kind of hear like slime type noises, but I cannot figure out where they're coming from. Ah, this is a serious bummer. We need just 2 slime balls for this project I want to do today. So I'm going to keep looking until the moon goes down and the sun comes up. But I guess if we can't find them, I'll have to wait for the next full moon. Or I guess they'll be out here tomorrow night too, just a little bit less common. But considering that they are completely extinct right now, I think... Oh, there it is. There's a slime. Let's go. Hopefully we get at least 2 slime balls. Oh, a big one. Haha. Oh no. Where did that come from? I see his arrow. I don't see him. Oh no. What is happening? I'm just gonna go get this slime. Any slime balls from that at all? 1 slime ball. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Alright, where'd that big one go? Oh, he's way over there now. Where is this skeleton? Seriously. There he is. Jeez. Oh, there's 2 of them. Okay. Okay, this is the one I can't find. Are you guys seeing this? What is going on here? What is happening? Something bad is going on. Arrows are just appearing out of nothing there, and that's weird. Is that a thing in the game? Because I never heard about this. I hear him walking, and he's obviously hitting me with arrows. I don't know. I want to leave. I want to go home. Ow, stop. Oh, he shot the slime. At some point, we'll get a slime farm set up. I've got a tutorial for a big slime farm on my channel, and we'll probably do something along those lines. I've realized a couple improvements since I've made that video. Maybe I'll be able to see the invisible skeleton when he gets set on fire when the sun comes up. That is one of the weirdest things that's ever happened to me in this game. I've never been accosted by an invisible skeleton before. That is the weirdest thing. And invisibility is not something you can enchant a piece of armor with, so he couldn't have spawned with enchanted armor like that. This is really weird. Oh, he's probably in the water. He's probably not gonna burn. Wow, I'm glad I got that on camera. That's weird. I've never had that before. Are there any more slimes that are still around? They don't despawn in the daytime in swamps, I don't think. Anyway, we got 8 slime balls, which is more than enough. We can do both the redstone project I have in mind, and I'll describe that a little more detailed later. But we can also make a real door to our base. Right now we just have the piston arms extending across the front of the base. And now we can actually make a real sticky piston door. It probably won't be too fancy. I'm going to keep it the same size, but I'm just going to replace the pistons with sticky pistons and put blocks on the end of it. And I got 4 lily pads. I'm going to make a bridge because I come down here a good amount. Cool. Alright, so I'm going to head back to base. I've done some work off camera, so real quick we'll do a quick review and I'll show you that. And then we will get to work on what I actually want to do in this episode. So before I show you what I have done, let me fix this door real quick. And you can probably see some of what I've done just in the edge of the shot here, but whatever, that's fine. If you're that observant, you can see before it's official. So just gonna put 2 slime balls on the pistons there to make them into sticky pistons, and then we'll put them down just like before, except we need to put some blocks on it. Do I have any stone brick? Here's some slabs. That'll work. Like that. Okay. And I do want solid stone to patch that hole up. Just 1 will be fine. There we go. Much better. Okay, so now I will show you what I've done. Biggest thing is I've removed the wheat field and I've fenced in this little area because I want to get these cows out of the base. Oh, I can't just look in there anymore. I want to get those cows out of the base. I wanna put them in this little thing because I'm ready to start digging out. Oh, no, not digging out, but I'm ready to start planning out the rest of the base. This is just going to be the big entrance hall, and that's going to go down a staircase probably to the main chamber, which is going to be huge. But I need these cows out of the way, so we're going to put them in this, and I've actually moved the wheat field over here. Oh, ready to harvest sugarcane. But I've moved the wheat field way over here and made it quite a bit bigger. We're going to need a lot of seeds for the redstone project that I have in mind. There's another big clue as to what it is. Dun dun dun. But I think that's all that I've done around the house, as it were. I've been spending a lot of time over in the mine, and I've got a bunch of digging done. As you can see here, we are doing pretty well. Let me shoot over to the mine real quick. I'll get on the horse, who I still need to name, and I will show you what it looks like over yonder. Alright, so here we are at the mine. Let me jump down and show you what I've done. Stay, horsey. I made a cool little entrance type thingy for it here. I got really tired of falling in all the time, which did happen. So let me jump down here. Okay, so what I've done is I've dug each tunnel down 50 blocks in every direction. And then we will branch mine off of these walls here. So we'll do it like this with 2 blocks in between. And we'll do it on this side too. And then also we will do it on the second floor like that. Oops, not like that, but like that. And then we'll do that down all the tunnels, all the ways, get all the stuff. And then once that's done, we'll dig these down more. My plan is to just keep on digging the tunnels down deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. So this is going to be where we get pretty much all the resources for this whole deal here. So I'm going to be spending quite a bit of time here. I'm probably going to do most of it off camera just because watching branch mining is probably not the most exciting thing that I could put in my video. So I'll spare you guys that. And oh, hello horse. Forgot the horse was here. Oh, and up here, I talked about it real briefly last episode, but I made a little bedroom, so if I come out of the mine and it's nighttime and I want to run home at night, got a bed here now as well, and it's got a cool little view and stuff like that. I'll probably make this room look nicer at some point, maybe not, I don't know. I don't plan on spending a whole lot of time in that bedroom. So, what I want to do today, as far as the redstone project that I mentioned earlier, I've got a design for a chicken farm, a fully automatic chicken farm. I've seen a couple of YouTube videos around the same subject, and I kind of based it off of those, but I did the design myself, so I don't actually know if it's exactly like the ones on YouTube, but I made it myself, so we're going to build it. But to do that design that I have in mind, I need some comparators, which of course means quartz, which of course means poking our head into the nether. So that, I think, is what we will do today. I'm not going to spend a whole bunch of time in the nether. I don't want to get a base set up this episode. We will do that, though. But I do want to poke my head in the nether and grab a little bit of quartz and maybe some glowstone, because I would like to have a couple of redstone lamps around. They're not needed for the design, but I have them flash on when certain components turn on. It's a nice little touch. So I'm going to go round up some obsidian, and I'll grab a water bucket. We're also going to need 2 lava buckets for my design. So I know where some obsidian is, down in the mine. 1 water bucket. So I'm going to go round up some obsidian, and I will check in with you when that is done. Alright, I'm all ready to build a nether portal, and I'm just going to slap it down outside. Pretty much everything that I'm building at this point is kind of just going to be in a temporary location. It's going to be probably quite a while before any serious excavation is done on the actual base, so I can't actually put anything where it's going to go, unfortunately. But this is fine. Nether portals are easy to move, so let's light it up and let's see what we got. Dun 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 dun. Okay, here we are in the nether. Interesting place to spawn in. Actually, really interesting nether now that I think about it. This is very... it's almost like an amplified world. Very disjointed. Doesn't really seem to be any, like, main landforms. Huh. Yeah, and there's a nether fortress right there on the other side of this thingy hanging down. Don't usually spawn quite so close to them, in my experience anyway. Very interesting nether. Very interesting. So I'm going to scout around just a little bit. We're going to grab some quartz, because we will need that for comparators. That's weird, I'm getting some block lag. It's probably because it's still generating chunks and I'm recording, putting a lot of stress on my system. So yeah, I'm gonna grab some quartz and take a poke around, and I'll check back in with you if I see anything interesting. Some easy to grab glowstone here, so we'll get that while we're here. Come on. Huh. Yeah, I'm gonna have to spend some time in the nether while I'm not recording, just letting terrain generate so that this doesn't happen. Got a really good view of the nether fortress from up here, and it's pretty sprawling. It looks like it goes back that way a little bit more. Very cool. That's a blaze spawner right there. So we can make a blaze XP farm, get a bunch of blaze rods and things like that. You're going to need blaze rods for enchanting. Once 1.9 comes out, it's going to be like a fuel that it burns. And also, if you didn't know, I only found out not too long ago, but pressing the C button on the keyboard zooms you in. And I just found that out a couple days ago, actually. I've been playing this game forever, and I just learned about that. And it zooms you in pretty far. It's a really useful tool, being able to zoom in. I haven't seen any ghasts, which is weird. But yeah, this nether is super cool. Lots of little floating islands and jutting landforms. It's very chaotic. It reminds me a lot of an amplified world. It's going to be super cool to build in. I'm excited. So I'm going to carefully head back to the overworld here. And we've got quartz, we've got glowstone. Ouch. So we're pretty much ready to get started on our first real redstone project. I'm not counting that door since it was just so simple. So I'm going to round up supplies to build the chicken farm, and I will check back in with you when all that's done. Okay, so I'm out here outside the base. I cleared this little area of grass, and I think this is going to be a pretty good place to build the chicken farm. So let's get started. This is the first time I've done any kind of serious redstone on camera, so this might be pretty rough, but bear with me. It will end. So this is going to be the chest where the final product is deposited, and so then we need to make the containment chamber for the chickens that will be cooked. So they're going to sit pretty much on top of these hoppers. I'm going to put slabs on top of the hoppers. The reason why will be obvious very shortly. And so back here on these two pieces of cobblestone, we're going to have, we're going to have two dispensers, but they're not going to be pointing up like that. They're going to be pointing, no, not like that either. I'm going to have to take these off, I think, to get these where I want them to go. Yeah, there we go. I think the other dispenser went in this chest. Yep, everything went in the chest. So now we can put our slabs back on. So that is where the chickens who are going to be cooked are going to live. Put a block on either side, and then we'll put a nice little glass viewing window. Of course, I left a glass in the base, so we'll put that on later. So these two dispensers here, these are going to automatically fire out any eggs that get laid by what we're going to have. We're going to have cedar chickens, whose only job is to lay eggs. They won't actually be eaten. Lucky them. So we're going to need to build some clocks coming off the back of this. Like, I'm doing all this from memory, so this might be pretty rough or completely wrong. I think that is right. So we'll have a comparator coming out the backs of each one of those, like that, which runs directly into a repeater. Okay, we need blocks there next to the comparators, and actually over here too. So the power from this repeater is going to come out and around this way, down like that, and then we need a repeater running into the side of the comparator and one running into the block below the dispenser there. So what this is going to do is whenever there's something inside this dispenser, this comparator is going to send out a signal, which is going to come down here and power this dispenser, but it's also going to power this repeater, which is going to momentarily turn off this comparator. So basically this is going to run on a clock whenever there's items in there. Let's just we'll put 6 cobblestones in there to test it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So right now it just blasted them all over the place, but once we get the glass in place, that will be much more controlled. So we'll duplicate that on the other side. Repeater there and there. So now whenever an egg is laid, it'll go into these dispensers, and then it'll automatically get fired out into the little chamber here up front. So let's do the platform where the cedar chickens are going to hang out. And so to do that, just run a hopper into the side of each dispenser, and then come up and come back and around. And now, oh, the sun's going to go down pretty soon. So now we need to get up there. So these two hoppers here are where the chickens are actually going to live. So we'll make a little containment like this. And then make it 2 blocks high so they can't jump out, because that would be very messy. So this is what we're going to fill with chickens, and that way any eggs they lay will go into those dispensers and get fired out, and we'll test that just by chucking some redstone down in there. Yep, everything is working fine. So that's that set. So now all the eggs are going to get laid up in there and then shot in the dispenser. So that's good. Now we need to build the mechanism that's actually going to cook and kill the chickens. And this is where it gets a little more complicated. So we'll have these 2 dispensers here. Those are each going to have a lava bucket in them, which I also left in the base. Let me do a quick intermission. I'm going to go grab the lava buckets and jump in the bed so that we can skip the nighttime. Nighttime's no good for building redstone. Okay, it's morning time. I've grabbed the supplies that I forgot, so we should be all good to continue. So first thing I'm going to do, because I have a really bad feeling that I'll forget to do this later, is I'm going to just put the window right on the front there, like that. So now the chickens here won't be able to escape. Don't want them to escape there either. So each one of these dispensers is going to have a lava bucket in it. And so when the chickens are just born, they're only half a slab high. So when this lava dispenses, they'll be safe. But once they grow up, then their heads will be in the lava zone and they will die. And then they'll get cooked and picked up by the hoppers below. So we're going to need to build what's called a hopper timer to control when exactly the lava gets dispensed. So we'll do it on a platform back here. And I guess it doesn't really have to be on a platform up like this, but I'm doing it this way just because that's the way I designed it, so I'm just trying to stick with what's familiar. Make it another block back. So to build a hopper timer, it's really simple. To start out with, you need 2 hoppers running into each other, like that, and then a comparator coming out the back of each one of those, and those run into a solid block with a dust right next to each block, and then a sticky piston facing inwards like this next to each block. And then you just place down a redstone block against one of the pistons. Let's do this one. So, and then you put a certain number of items into one of the hoppers. So for this particular design, I found that 64 items works best. So when I put 64 items into this hopper, this comparator emits a signal which powers this block, which powers this dust, which powers this piston. But this hopper is transferring items into this hopper, and this hopper's not putting them back because it's being powered by this block. So whenever this one's empty, this will turn off, and this one will turn on, and that'll push it back, which means if we take a repeater and we run it out from right here, when that gets moved back, you see that's powered, we can use this to power our dispensers. But we don't want lava to just stay on all the time because baby chickens aren't real smart and they will just jump directly up into the lava and die before we want them to. So to circumvent that, we're going to build a combination of a monostable circuit, which is basically just one quick pulse, and a double pulse. So we'll get 2 quick pulses in succession, one to turn the dispensers on and one to basically immediately turn them back off, so that we just set the chickens on fire and they die from the fire damage, not from the actual lava. So if you didn't see what I did there, I have a sticky piston facing upward with a solid block on top. Let's see if I can get back up here. Yeah. So we'll run the power like this. We'll put a block here. So it'll power this block and this piston, which will immediately push the block up, which will break the signal. So we just get one quick pulse. So we're running 2 repeaters out of this. We're going to have one just set at 1 tick. And here's how you wire up the dispensers, by the way. You just take it and you run it right over the top of everything. So we'll have one of these repeaters set at 1 tick, and we'll set the other at 4 ticks. And so then it's just enough time for this to turn off before this one turns it right back on again and turns everything back off. So let's wire it up, and we'll go take a look out front. There is a weird visual glitch where both of the lava sources don't show up at the same time. They're both there. I've tested it pretty extensively, but for some reason, normally only this left lava will actually show up. See, there we go. So that'll set any chickens on fire, any adult chickens at least, will set on fire. They'll die from the fire damage, and all of their cooked chickens will drop into this chest where we can just come and grab it. So this will run at all times. So anytime we're low on food, we can just come grab some. This will also give us feathers, which is, you know, useful to have around for making arrows and just making arrows, really. Just light it up a little bit because I don't want creepers to spawn up in our business here. So now the only thing we have to do to get this thing operational is obviously put some chickens in it. And I think I know where some are. Leading them back here might be kind of a pain. But I'm going to go on a chicken hunt. I'll probably do it off camera, and then we'll fill up this little area here with chickens and then feed them seeds so we get a bunch more chickens. I want to get probably like 100 chickens in there just to get a constant source of eggs, because I want this thing to produce at a pretty acceptable rate, you know. So I'm going to go hunt for some chickens. I'll check back in with you when something happens. I've been running around on the horse for a good little while looking for chickens, and I really haven't had much luck at all. They're really scarce. I found... Oh. Here I am complaining about how hard it's been finding chickens. Meanwhile, there's 2 of them just hanging out here. Okay, so now all I gotta do is lead them home, which is a little bit far away. You can kind of see the shadow of the mob farm there. So I'm gonna try and get them home. They're not real good at following. 3 chickens is totally good enough. I'll just feed them seeds inside the little hopper area until they're adults. I've already lost 2 of them. Here we are, guys. Welcome to your new home. Come up the stairs. One at a time, single file. No pushing. Come on. Come on. And into the hole. Let's go. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, have fun, guys. This is where you live now. Nope, nope, you stay in there. You stay in there. Yeah. I'm gonna make this... Whoops, I didn't want to do that. I'm gonna make this 3 high just for insurance. I don't trust them. So, they will very slowly, since there's only 3 of them, lay eggs. They actually laid 3 on the way here. Let's see if we get any chickens. Nope, nope. Yep. Haha. 4 chickens, so... Oh, I will have to make this too high so that I can feed them the seeds. But we'll do that. And we'll do that for a while, just to increase the number of chicken babies we get in there. So we'll cultivate a good number of chickens, and then once that's done, we'll have a pretty effective food source. I'm going to light up around here just because I really don't want any creepers to come and blow up on my project here. No, you get away from there. That is a bad creeper. Bad creeper. You get out of there. You don't play with that. No, 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 no. Just realized I can't sprint. Haha. So, just for right now, what I've done is I've punched up the redstone that powers the little comparator clock, and the one that powers these dispensers here, just so that I can grab any eggs that get laid by the chickens. So instead of shooting them into the killing chamber, I can grab them and put them up here, just to try and increase the number of chickens we have a little quicker. And I almost forgot, this is what the redstone lamps were for. When I designed it, I just put lamps... This is going to be tricky to place. When I designed it, I just put lamps here and here, and then I ran the redstone up like that. So whenever the clock pulses and it flashes this lava, it'll also blink these lamps. I'll see if I can get the blinking on camera here. Might take just a second. Yep, there we go. Pretty cool. I've left it running for a little while, and we got like 3 stacks of eggs. Eggs stack at 16, but we got like 3 stacks of those. So I threw them all in there and hatched like 6 or 7 more chickens, and that's a good enough amount of chickens for right now, at least, that I'm going to put this back into production mode so that we can start producing some food. Let's see, like that. And I'm going to have to punch that out. Oh, that had a redstone on it. I had to change the wiring a little bit. That second dispenser over wasn't firing all the time, and I could not for the life of me figure out why. So I changed up the wiring a little bit. That works. So I changed up the wiring a little bit over here to run a repeater into it, and now it seems to work perfectly every time. Whereas before it would only work sometimes, and I'm not sure why that would be. It would only power that dispenser sometimes. Oh, we already got 2 chickens in there. Cool. So yeah, so you can see when they lay an egg up there, it gets shot out. I didn't see any lava. It's in there though, it happened, just didn't see it. So yeah, that'll be running the whole time we were doing other stuff. So that's done, we went to the nether, we got this done. Let's move on to our next little project. And that is going to be plotting out the next areas of the base. Oh, there's a creeper in there. So in order to plot out the next areas of the base, we need to get the cows out of here. Yeah, so these cows need to go to their new home, which is out there where the wheat farm used to be. One of them's stuck on the gate there because he can't go around it. Oh, whoops. That's cutting off a redstone signal there. Okay, so we'll just have to live with that. The cows stopped following me, though, so I gotta wait for them to start following me. I'm gonna finish moving these cows off camera, actually. This might take a little bit. So, the plan is this. When you go inside, it'll just be like a big empty room, not completely empty. I mean, there won't be like things that you do in it, but it'll be a big entrance hall. There'll be cool designs on the walls and on the floor and everything, and it'll be kind of awe-inspiring when you walk in. And then there's this big door down at the end of the hallway, and this big door will go to a staircase that just leads down. For 15 to 20 blocks probably it'll go down, and then it'll just open up into this giant room, like 2 or 3 times as long as this one, and probably 2 or 3 times as wide, but a lot taller. It's going to be a huge excavation project, but it's going to be awesome when it's finished. That's what I'm thinking. And I think this is a good size for this door down here at the end. We were not going to keep this as our final door, obviously. This will be replaced with something better. And I actually know, I know what I'm going to do for the door. I just don't have enough slime balls to make it happen right now. But I think that's good. I like that design for the door. Alright guys, that's going to about do it for me for this episode. Oh, I got 2 chickens in there. Anyway, if you liked this episode, please do not hesitate to let me know. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, or leave me a comment. There's a lot of cool content I hope to bring you in the future. I hope you had a good time watching the episode. I certainly had a good time making it. Next episode, we'll spend some more time out in the nether. Check stuff out there, so that'll be cool. Anyway, hope you guys have a good day. Thanks for watching.